Get ready.
Right. Let's try to get out of here without falling over. To all you hotel owners who put gravel down, deep gravel, for your car parks, on behalf of all motorbikers, I'd like to say, fuck you. That was exhausting. Exhausting. Anyway, Oban, as you can see, is driving through now. Cracking little town. Cracking little town. When you see this little harbour down here, Norries. I went in there for chips last night. Typical British fish and chips. They were crap. Look at this nice little harbour. And at night this is lovely. Everyone's walking around. If I'd have walked just a bit further, I'd have seen some much nicer pizza places and all over there I could have gone to eat, or down here. But oh look, I got fed. This is a nice little town though. I'll try and work this into the next trip for sure. I had a good old walk around last night. It's really atmospheric. It's a lovely town. But that hotel last night, again, that's another one I'm a bit torn on. Why is this telling me to do a turn? Why is it turning me completely around? Why did it send me down here to tell me to go back? Well, at least you'll get to see the town a bit more. But yeah, I'm a bit two minds about that hotel. And on one hand, you know, it was nice. The room was small, but it was clean and modern. Where are you sending me? Why did it just send me into town to bring me all the way back out again? But it was deserted. I mean, literally, I was the only one in it. And they'd no restaurant. They never told me that. But I known that, so that's why I had to eat in that bloody fish and chip shop place. You know, and it's not cheap either. It was £150 sterling for a hotel that has no restaurant. So I had to go out and find somewhere. And then I went back and I sat down at the bar with my laptop fiddling around, and I was literally the only one there, me and the barman, that was it. But the staff are very friendly, I have to say. Now, they were nice people. The room was comfortable, did what I wanted it to do. It's central, like a 2-minute walk, you're down onto the town. There was a beautiful, amazing sunset here last night. The whole town was down to watch it. It was incredible. I posted some pictures of it. The whole skyline was orange, and like, it looks like you put all sorts of colour saturation on the photos, but it didn't. It's 100% natural. Look at that now, big castle or something, or a cathedral. I have no idea where this thing is bringing me now. It's annoying me. But the food was good for breakfast. But that's what they wanted. They had a kitchen to cook breakfast, all right. So they got grand big full Scottish, as they call it here. It's amazing how it's always full Irish, full English, full Scottish. It can't be all of them. Same bloody food. Although I have taken a a liking to that haggis. It's basically black pudding from what I can tell, but it's nice. But yeah, so it was expensive. Considering the bloody place is empty, I think they'd have lowered the bloody price. Now, he said that it was packed there over the Easter weekend, but I don't know. But anyway, so today it's just about getting to the ferry. Now, I'm pretty sure that the route it's taking me down, which is the quickest route, I haven't done any jiggery pokery or anything with it. I've just put in Cairnryan ferry and let it calculate the quickest route, and it's taking me back down by Loch Awe and around, skirting around the back of Glasgow, which is perfect because I know that's a nice route, and fortuitously it is also the quickest. So the ferry is leaving at 4:30. You have to be checked in no later than 4. Final closing of the check-in is 4 o'clock. And the sat-nav is telling me I'll get there at 2:39, so 20 to 3. So even if I add in, I don't plan to really stop, so let's say worst case scenario, I'll get there at 3. That gives me about an hour and a bit for contingency in case anything goes a bit squiffy on the way. I have a full tank of fuel, I've got everything packed, I'm good to go. Nice, sixer. So a little bit cooler today, but it's dry. It's actually perfect. That's what you know, when you're carrying a lot of weight like I do, lugging down all this gear to the bike, I don't know how I got it. I've taken way too much gear, as I always do. I could have got away with half the clothes. I didn't need any of the tools. Gizmos and gadgets, I didn't use half of them. I really should learn. Every time I do it, and at the end of every trip I go, oh, I brought too much stuff there, I'll remember next time. And then the next time comes and I load up again. It's ridiculous. For a trip like this, you need one t-shirt for every 2 to 3 nights. 3 nights, say. And you can get away with 1 pair of trousers, maybe 2 at a push in case somebody spills something on you. You know, I mean, and you can bring, like I have a little bottle, I got a bottle of stuff from one of the outdoorsy shops. That it's only a small, about the size of a shampoo bottle, but it has detergent in it if you need to wash any tops. But to be honest with you, you know, if you're not going fine dining, you know, and because of the smoking ban, your clothes don't come out, you know, reeking. So if you're not too much of a snob, 1 t-shirt for every 3 nights, maybe even 4. 1 pair of trousers, pair of trekking pants, 2 at most, and then your socks and jocks, or bras if you're a lady. And then that's it. Like, I brought a load of tools. I didn't need them. Well, I mean, you don't need them till you need them, I suppose. Like, I brought a puncture repair kit, and I brought a little cigarette lighter air pump to pump up the tire if I did get a puncture. Why are we going so slow? So I mean, I'd always carry that. I think that's a sensible thing to carry, you know, because you don't know when you're going to get a puncture. You could be out in the sticks. You don't want to be waiting for a recovery van up in some of those highlands. Imagine being at the top of the apple cross with a puncture. Where are you? We'll be there in 5 days. This bloody Marks and Sparks truck is crawling along. I don't know why, there's nothing in front of him. But yeah, then I brought a few Allen keys and spanners and things like that. Way too many, I think. Just in case things like your mirrors come loose, or a piece of paneling or fairing, or need to get at the battery or something, you know. And I brought some spare bulbs. And And one of my bulbs did go, although I didn't replace it. It wasn't my main headlight, it was just one of the front auxiliaries. It only went yesterday, so that can wait till tomorrow. I don't think it'll be too dark by the time, well, maybe it will. It'll be 10 o'clock by the time I get home, so. But I still have my main headlight, so that's the important one. But yeah, I brought too much stuff. And then I brought books. The books that I used to spec out the North Coast. Why did I bring them? I'd already specced it out, I was here. They just adding weight. Say there's at least a kilo in books. What else did I bring that was a load of rubbish? I brought way too much toiletry stuff. Way too much. And I brought too many jackets. I could have got away with just the hoodie. I brought my new puffer jacket as well. Now that's super light, but it still takes up a bit of space in the back box. I didn't need it. Well, I suppose if it had been raining, I would have needed it. I think I just got lucky. Like, you couldn't really wear the hoodie out if it was raining, because it's cotton. But anyway, I'm waffling on here. I need to focus on getting past this bloody Marks and Spencer's truck. Well, there's one car going off now, so that's just this bloody Citroen and the Marks and Sparks truck. Jeez, a bit extreme. So 274 kilometers in total. I had a bit of a lie in there today now, so, and I had a quick wander around the town. So I got up at about 10 to 9, 20 to 9, and then went down. I had my breakfast, and then I had a little wander around the shop. There's a cool little kind of comic shop there that sells like memorabilia of you know, Marvel and The Walking Dead and all that type of stuff. Oh yeah, this is down near Ballacoolish, isn't it? No, it can't be. That was a good bit down. But so I walked around the town. So what time is it now? It's oh, thank God. Good riddance, Marks and Spencer's. But I've a funny feeling this Citroen's not going to be any quicker. It's 18.5 degrees. It's a lovely, cool 18.5 degrees. That's perfect. It got up to 27, and at one point it was nearly 30 degrees yesterday. I had all the liners out and I was sweltering. But 18.5 and dry is perfect. It's nice and cool. I don't have the liner in the jacket here. Look at this bloody Miss Daisy. Will you move? We're doing 40 kilometers an hour in a 50 zone. Come on. So this is perfect. Yeah, 30 degrees in April. Nobody believes me when I tell them. So yeah, it's 10:34, and it's telling me I'll be down to Cairnryan in or by 2:41 or 5:41 if I was to stay behind this bloody Citroen here. I might get a line of sight here. How does he just not nod off driving like that? Ah, bloody hell. There, look at... Oh. This is so annoying. Now we're going into a 40 zone. Oh my God, I'm losing the will to live here. I mean, they're broken white lines on a bend. I thought only Ireland did that. Come on, just give me one break. Come on. nice. Little islands out there. Yeah, I don't have any plans to take the drone out today. I think the drone is done now for this trip. I didn't get as much footage as I thought I'd get up here because it's such a hassle and time burner to take it out. See, I think what I did wrong was I had most of my hotels booked, so you're constantly watching the clock. Whereas if you didn't book anywhere, you'll just drive, and then whenever you're ready, you just book your hotel. I think that's a better way to do it in future. That's what I'll do. Oh, this guy's playing silly buggers now. He's speeding up when he thinks it's clear for me to overtake. Oh, I'm taking you now, you little Jesus, little granddad. Fucking hell. He looked about 100. They should take the licenses off them at a certain age. Yeah, the bike has been playing a bomb all the way around. Only a bulb blown. Can't complain about that. Other than that, she has been amazing. Hasn't put a foot wrong. Excuse me. There's the wind again now from yesterday. Oh, this is nice. "45 kilometers we're going to be on this for my next turn or junction." Bloody hell, the wind can catch off guard in the old corners there. Gives you a bit of a fright. But I remember the name of the other YouTube channel that I had been watching that did this trip. Matt was their name. Two guys. And I thought it was hilarious because I watched them do the John O'Groats trip, and yesterday when I was having dinner I saw them post that they had gone to Land's End. So on the day that they went to Land's End, the lowest point of the UK, I went to John O'Groats, where they had gone. And they were making the point that they had gone to John O'Groats in 2017, Land's End in 2019. And here I was in 2019, getting to John O'Groats on the same day they got to Land's End. Just a little bit of trivia. Fearnock Forest. Fearnock. That's a nice name. Okay, so the minutes are coming down now on the arrival time. Now that we're past Sleepy Brains in the Citron, 2:40, so we've knocked a minute off since we got past that Citron. So if we can get it down to 2:30, that'd be good. Like I said yesterday, I think there's a terminal building here with a big kind of restaurant or cafe or lounging area, so I don't mind getting here a little bit early. I'm just on I'm on home mode, you know. It's going to be a nice pleasant ride down. I'll take my time, but I just want to get home now. I want to get home and into bed, sleep my brains out, and just chill out for a few days, you know. But I'll have to work all this for the rest of the week now. I'm supposed to be back into work tomorrow. I'll see if the boss will let me work from home an extra hour in bed, and then get what I need done. Like I said, heading off to Montreal on Monday. I'm going to be there for about 3 days, and then flying from there down to Philadelphia. There for about 2 days, then fly home, and then about 3 or 4 weeks after that I'll be doing all this again, but on the Wild Atlantic Way, which will be nice. Yeah, it'll be interesting doing the Wild Atlantic Way so close after doing this and compare them. But I'm pretty sure on reflection, there's certainly parts of the north coast that are a lot better than the Wild Atlantic Way. It's hard to tell. I'll do it. I'll make my decision in a few weeks. Like when you're driving through the likes of Glencoe or Glenateeve and the entrance coming onto Skye, it's just mind-blowing stuff. Like, it's absolutely astonishing, and when you're in it, it just blows everything out of the way. But on reflection now, I don't know, in its entirety, I think they're pretty close, but I might probably at the moment give the edge to the north coast, because some of the really big spots are unbelievable. I mean, they're really unbelievable. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see anyone else who's done both, what their feelings are on it. I mean, maybe it has something to do with it's, you know, it's my first time here. It's like, I remember the first time I took the bike down to the Wild Atlantic Way and did that, because I hadn't toured Ireland since I was a nipper. I'd just kind of not always stayed at home when I was travelling. I'd always go away to Spain or Italy or somewhere. So when I got it onto the Beamer and I started exploring my own country and started going to places like Connemara and Donegal and Kerry and West Cork and everything, it blew my mind. I realised, Jesus, Ireland is pretty nice. And then I really got into exploring Ireland, which I didn't do on previous bikes. The Beamer just lends itself to doing it so well. And I've forgotten my point. But yeah, so anyone who has done both of them, Wild Atlantic Way and the North Coast, I'd be interested to hear which you preferred. How would you rate them against each other? As I said, I don't think they should need to be in competition with each other. There's no reason why you can't do both. They're so close. I think from now on, I'll try and have, you know, 3. I travel a lot, like, you know, like both for work and personally. I love, like, try to get out on the bike away as much as I can, you know. But and I'm very lucky to be in a position to do that. It's not everyone can be as fortunate as me to be able to do this, so it's not lost on me, you know. But from now on, I'll try and make my staple every year is I'll try and do a weekend, a 4-dayer in the Wild Atlantic Way, a week here, and then a week abroad. a non-biking holiday with the missus. So I don't think she's excuse me. I don't think she's as interested in the biking long distance as I am. She doesn't mind little trips here and there, but I don't think she would have enjoyed this. I think the long days driving took it out of me, and I'm driving. I'd say it would take a lot of it out of her on the back. But yeah, I'm definitely getting old, because a few years ago this trip I would have done this in my sleep. But nearly from the get-go I was feeling tired on this one. Maybe that was because on the day I was leaving I didn't finish things in work as quickly as I thought. I wasn't as well prepared, and a lot of things go wrong for me at the last minute, and I was kind of flapping about. Plus it's a long old trip up, then an early start. I mean, you're up at 6 in the morning to catch the ferry, and then you're driving all day till 6 or 7 that day. I really knocked it out. It was a good 12-hour day, like. But yeah, I think I'm getting old. I think it's probably just that I'm getting too old and too fat. Anyway, I'll stop waffling on. Well, I'll keep this rolling for a bit, maybe. Looks like we're going to drop into a nice valley here. Don't know how far we are from the Loch Awe road. We've knocked another minute off the destination. And the 2:39 now. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Nice river running along our side here. That's cool. Sort of a hydro plant. I don't know if I'd like to do a bus tour up here. The thing about the bus tours is you can't just stop and get off whenever you want. You're working to somebody else's schedule. I like the flexibility of the bike. Look at a frog. Little frog jumping along the ground there. No signs for the frog. But yeah, I'd hate to be at somebody else's schedule. You know, you only stop when they wanted to stop, and only get out of places they want you to get out on. Maybe when I'm old and bent, can't take the bike myself, maybe then I'll do it, but for now I'll take my motorbike. Wow, this is beautiful. Look at this. The river's turned into an entire lake now, look. That is gorgeous. Oh, could be at home watching telly, or in work looking at sales reports and inventory reports, or I could be in Scotland driving down the side of a beautiful lake. Cool air running through my jacket, talking shite into a camera. There we go, look at this. Wow. Not even sure what loch that is. Power station, visitor centre. Oh. Why would you visit a power station? Oh, I think I saw that on one of the YouTubes. It's supposed to be pretty interesting. I think I did see that in a YouTube clip there somewhere. Yeah, I'd say it'd be very hard to organise a large group here, accommodation wise. You have to break it into smaller groups. Most of the hotels around are small local hotels, you know. You get maybe 2-3 rooms, but I couldn't see you getting 5 or 6 or 7 rooms. Not sure what lake this is. It's beautiful. Excuse me. I'm on the A. Can't read that. Getting blind. A25? Can't be the A25. Of Oban. The A85 I think I'm on. Loch Awe, Loch Awe, Loch Awe. That's what the lake is, Loch Awe. Use that as a mental note for our next planning trip. But yeah, definitely go to Oban. Put it into your agenda for your stops if you're planning this route. I don't think it's part of the actual NC500, although who cares? I think even MyRoute only look at this, loosely followed it. Wow, that's nice. Concert on Easter tea. Oh, very, very fancy. Well, no stops today. I'm all about the bass, no problem. It's all about getting to this ferry port. I just want to get there and get settled and get ready and be there with plenty of time. I'm one of those freaks that, you know, for flights and cinema times and all of that, I like to be there plenty of time. So I'm not flustered, particularly when I'm flying. Once I'm through security, I'm okay. But I hate going through check-in and security desks. Oh, it's a nightmare. I hate it. I always try to plan well in advance, you know, have my stuff ready to go to pull out of the bag, your liquids and your laptops, and I don't wear a belt with metal in it. I get a special travel belt so I don't have to take my belt off. I wear slip-on shoes. I have it down to a T now. Excuse me. And it's great when you're traveling with work because it's always business class, so like, you get through first, and it's just a little bit easier, you know. But yeah, I remember we were going to the cinema one time. We usually go to Liffey Valley Cinema, and it's great cinema and all, but it's notorious. Anytime I've gone, you know, you go to all the trouble of booking your seats, your particular seats, so that you're centre and not too low and not too high, you know, you get a good view of the screen, and then you get there and there's some little twat sat in your seat. So I always get there about 10 minutes early, so there's no idiot sitting in my seat. I'm OCD about it. Come on. But what's going on? But yeah, we went one time, we decided to go, I can't remember what the movie was. So we said we were going to go the following night. I think the wife said, we'll go to the cinema tomorrow night. Oh yeah, why not? So booked the tickets. Next night comes, get to the cinema. Get there early, walk in. Start walking up the steps, and as I'm walking up the steps to my seats, I can see already there's two idiots sitting in my seats. So I march up. I say, sorry lads, but you appear to be sitting in our seats. They kind of looked at me and went, no, we're not. I said, I think you'll find you are. Whipping out the two tickets, which they took from my hand and looked, and they went, these tickets are for yesterday. Somebody forgot to change the dates to the next night when they were booking the tickets. And of course, not wanting to admit my own stupidity, I went, well, that's the tickets they gave me at the desk. I'll be back in a minute. Stalked off. I was like, get in the car, let's go. Right old twanking myself. Right, I'd save some battery. Although I don't think I need too many batteries today. Today is a short drive. But I'll talk to you in a while, alright? I just remembered the point that I forgot to make earlier. See, they're losing my own train of thought. But the point I was making earlier was about the North Coast 500 and the Wild Atlantic Way. As maybe why I was more biased to the North Coast at the moment is because I think it's your first time. When you go to somewhere for the first time, that's always the best time. So the point I was making was that the first time I started going around the Wild Atlantic Way, seeing it properly on my bike, I was blown away by it. And every year I've gone, I'm always blown away by it, but it's never as good as it was the first time I saw it. Because you're seeing it for the first time, that's when it has the most impact in terms of visuals. And I'd say that's what could be happening here with Scotland and the North Coast, is because I've never seen any of this before, and so everything is brand new to me. So it looks even more amazing to me because it's first time. Now I'll be interested to see when I'm back the next time, will I still be like, oh my god, look at this, and oh, what the heck is that? So that was the point I was trying to make earlier and then forgot. Oh, there's something going on here. Move. Is she telling me to turn or to slow down? Oh, he's telling me to keep side. A wide load. Jeez, that wasn't clear what he was telling me. I thought there was an accident and he was telling me to either take a detour or to pull in. That wasn't clear at all. Why didn't he have a truck saying wide load going ahead? Anywho. Let's see if I can get past this old codger. Nothing worse than getting stuck behind some slowpoke when the roads are as nice as this. There's nothing. I mean, whatever about speed limits, there should be lower speed limits as well. You know, 20 mile an hour in a 50 zone. I think that's more dangerous because people get impatient like me, and then they take risks that they normally shouldn't take, like me. So I think slow drivers, in my twisted logic, are worse. What a pleasant drive. You know, what a beautiful, pleasant drive this is. I mean, okay, it doesn't have all the high drama of up in the Highlands and everything, the stuff we've been doing for the last few days. But it's absolutely a beautifully relaxing, chilling, pleasant drive. It's a nice way to finish off. You know, I was worried if I'd have taken my original route, that would have been an awful lot of city driving, you know, because I would have come down by Edinburgh, then through Falkirk and Stirling and all of that, you know. There would have been a lot of city driving and that, so I actually think this worked out a little bit better. I've never really left the nice countryside, and this is and I know, like, this is going to drop me down onto Loch Awe, which I know is a phenomenal drive because we did it on our first day, and I know pretty much 90% of the route that it's going to bring me down I've already done, and I know it's all pretty nice, or I mean, there's a little bit, I think, of city stuff in it, so I know that it's a pleasant old drive down here. The problem I'm going to have now is getting over to Larne and down from Larne down to that's going to be a horrible drive because it's big motorway, and then you've got bloody Belfast to get past, and that's never good. Even on that bypass, it's never good. Once I pass Belfast, it'll speed up a bit, I think, but then you're just hammering down a motorway. I just don't like that, I really don't. No joy in that at all. Oh, this is like the Wicklow Gap driving up to Glendalough. Very like it. Jeez, it could be its twin. That could be the Spink there ahead of me. Glenlochy. I think there's a place here called Loch Lochy, the luckiest loch of them all. So, you know, this little car here is setting a nice little pace. What are we doing? I think we're not. We're doing 81 in a 95 zone. You can probably go a little bit faster, but I'm not in a rush. This is very Glendalough-esque. If only I was as close to home as Glendalough. a nod from a Harley driver, a UK Harley driver. The chances of that. Not only was he a Harley driver, but he was in the UK. Two groups of people that don't nod, particularly to adventure bikers. Oh, this is so nice. This is the Wicklow Mountains. It's exactly like it. Practically home. Hopefully next time I come here I'll be Forss down rider. 10 years younger. Another wide load yoke. That's not that wide, but he's got a van leading them out there in the front. Don't know if there's any cop cars in front of him, but hopefully this Volkswagen will try and get past him. I want to sit behind this lad. We're turning off in 7 kilometers, so just don't want to be stuck behind this for about 20 minutes or so. Come on now, Volkswagen, what are you going to do?